Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your December 2017 general readings. Thank you so much for joining us here today and welcome to any newcomers. Thank you always for your like, share, subscribes, and all your wonderful support, feedback, and comments. Please keep them coming. And always a big thank you to those of you who continue to keep me so busy and occupied and truly fulfilled in doing personal one-on-one readings, both to my new clients and my regular clients. As I always say and I always mean, it is an honor and a pleasure to read for you, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to do so. So thank you for allowing me to be part of your lives in such a way. And if any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me and you haven't read with me before, or you have and you've forgotten the information, you can go to my YouTube channel's homepage, click on the About button, and you'll see a little more information about what I do and also my contact details. You can also find my contact details attached to the description of every video that I post as well. I do a wide variety of readings, love and romance, of course, and under that umbrella, I do love and romance, relationship potentials, couples compatibility, and also readings and spreads that explore separation, divorce, or reconciliation possibilities as well. I do 6 and 12-month overviews, which are specific spreads designed to look at what's going on in your life, in every main area of your life over the next 6 or 12 months, depending on which time frame you choose to look at. I also offer package deals on monthly or bi-weekly regular readings for those of you who like to have regular ongoing readings. I do channeled messages for passed on loved ones, and I also do career work and finance readings, career path readings, and investment advice as well. So if you're interested in any of that, and also gift readings for birthday presents or anniversary presents, it's usually quite big this time of year. I always get a lot of requests for gift readings for Christmas gifts. There's nothing more personal than a personal reading, so they make great gifts for family, friends, and loved ones as well. So if you're interested in any of those, you can find my contact details under that About button or attached to the description on the videos that I post. You can email me directly at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. I would be most happy and delighted to work with you. I do readings full-time, 5 to 6 days a week. It is what I do. So turnaround time is pretty fast. I can almost always get back with you within the same day of your initial contact for more information. And setting up personal readings live or recorded is pretty fast as well. It's usually anywhere from a few days upwards of 2 weeks, but almost always within a 2-week period of time we can schedule something for you. So contact me if you're interested. For more immediate answers, quick answers to quick questions, you can also find me on the smartphone app Instantgo under Irish Gypsy. That link is also under the About button and attached to the videos that I post on the description bar as well. That's a smartphone app which pretty much puts me at your fingertips 24/7, well, except when I'm sleeping or otherwise occupied, of course. And that's a really fast, great, efficient app where you can ask one question, one answer on that, or you can do a short little reading with me via text, or they have a new video chat option. You know, for quick answers to quick questions, if you have like a decision you need to make really quickly or on the fly, you want to take a quick look at a situation or a person, you can find me and get more immediate and quick answers that way. And thank you to those of you who have been reaching out through that. I've been getting a lot of traffic on Instantgo. It's nice if you don't want the traditional longer in-depth readings. So you can check that out if you're interested. So moving right along, make sure to check your rising and your moon sign videos as well. I know some of you don't like these longer intros, especially those of you who follow me regularly. Just fast forward through if you like. Check your rising and your moon sign videos as well for additional insight and clarification, or more predictive resonation if your sun sign doesn't, if you don't quite relate to your sun sign. That's why we always suggest that you do if you know them and if you can, because it's a general reading. There's so many of you watching. It's going to play out differently for each of you, although the energy remains fundamentally the same. So this reading is for the earth sign of Virgo for December 2017. Let's see what's in store for our Virgoans, our lovely, beautiful virgins, our Virgos for December 2017. Virgo, December 2017. Okay, Virgo, we begin with the Devil, followed by the Page of Wands. I tell you right off, watch the indulgences during the holiday season. You may be tempted to go overboard with partying. We have the Seven of Wands and the King of Pentacles. We have the World and the Seven of Swords. And we have the Ten of Wands with the Fool. And from the bottom of the deck, your overall energy and guidance is the Magician. So I'm getting a variety of things right off the bat, Virgo. Some of you, this is going to be related to you personally, maybe some actually, maybe some bad habits or historically bad patterns that you have, which looks like you need to get a better handle on, a little more grounded. And for some of you, it could just be, during the holidays. We are, just entering the holiday season, so there's a lot more parties and opportunities. Some of you, I feel like there's some issues around a child or children as well, which is interesting. I think I got this for Gemini or Pisces as well, different variations of some issues with a child or children. Some of you are kind of at an end of something. A cycle is wrapping down to an end, or you've decided that a cycle is wrapping down to an end. Some of you, it may be that you're keeping it to yourself as well. There may be something coming to an end and something new beginning, but you're keeping it kind of to yourself, or you're being kind of caution to kind of keep it to yourself as well. But definitely some we have the World and the Ten of Wands actually sitting next to each other, so some pretty major culmination, achievement, things coming to an end, things cycling down, and brand new beginnings starting, which is how you end the month, which is lovely. So at the beginning of the month, although I am recording these at the end of November, and as I say, time being somewhat fluid, let me wipe my camera here really quick. Sometimes the light gets a little strange in here. Time being somewhat fluid, of course, this could be playing out November, December. This is the majority of the energy for December. So we have the Devil and the Page of Wands. So the Devil is major arcana card, major energy, God, Spirit, the angels, the guides, just significant energy. The Devil is a card primarily about imbalance, significant, profound imbalance. It can represent strong temptations, vices, addictions, conventional addictions like, drugs, alcohol, sex, gambling, shopping, overworking. It can represent unhealthy relationships, too much power and control, neediness, obsessiveness. Basically, it's imbalance, things being out of whack, too much energy and focus in one area to the detriment and exclusion of other areas in your life. Regardless of how this plays out in your life. Again, it's a general reading. Some of you, this may be, and it may be in the relationship sector of your life. Others, it may be in job, work, or career. Some of you, it might be spirituality. The specifics and details always vary, but the energy fundamentally remains the same. There's some kind of imbalance, some up and down, not altogether healthy energy. And paired with the Page of Wands too. Wands is fire energy in the tarot. This is the energy of creativity, manifestation, building, change, movement, action, power. It's fire energy, so it's very fluid and dynamic and action-oriented. Pages can represent young people or children. They can represent messengers. They can also represent, being at the introductory start of something new, young, fresh, eager, enthusiastic, passionate. Can also represent sometimes a level of immaturity or just starting out kind of fresh, being at the beginning of something. But paired with the Devil and the Page of Wands, I don't like this combination. I don't think that it's ever really a great combination, because there's too much energy that's kind of like out of control, or it can represent for some of you, maybe again through the holiday season, it may be difficult. I'm just got that some of you who may be struggling with or have struggled with either successfully or unsuccessfully with any addiction problems. This may be a difficult time of year for you. You may be tempted to, if you're a recovering alcoholic, there's a lot of parties and things going on. You may be tempted to, or have some challenge or struggles with, wanting to give into that. Drugs. There could be an unhealthy situation here as well. I'm feeling like that for a lot of you. This may be an issue, or it may be a temptation coming up for the month of December, again, during the holiday season. Forewarned is forearmed. It's one of the reasons why we do these readings. So knowing this ahead of time, you can prepare whatever works for you, what keeps you strong. Keep that in mind, because we can lessen or even negate this energy as well. So for some of you, it's a temptation or a struggle to kind of go overboard, or just go overboard in indulging during the holiday season. Although with the devil, it's significant. So it could be strong indulgences, going overboard. Be careful with that, drinking or even overeating and doing things to excess. Because paired with the Page of Wands, it can represent a real up and down, unhealthy, imbalanced, overly spontaneous and impulsive to the point of being negative or harmful. And we don't want that. For some of you, the Page of Wands I'm getting represents it's some kind of issue that you're having around a child or children. It could be that a child, either young or an adult child, I feel like for somebody out there, a group of you, maybe it's a teenage child, you may be having issues with that, maybe needing to set boundaries, stay really firm on something with that child as well. It could be some issues going on with that, and maybe just general up and down issues during the holiday season. I know this came up for the last reading I did too, issues with friends and family. Sometimes we spend more time with our family during the holiday season, or extended family, and there can always sometimes be drama and conflict when that comes up, and we can sometimes the challenge is not to lose sight of what the season actually really supposed to be about. Love and gratitude and celebration and getting together, and certain aspects of religious spiritual paths you follow as well. So try not to lose sight of that if it has to do with kind of family issues as well. Next, and that's kind of underscored by the next set of cards, we have the Seven of Wands and the King of Pentacles. So the Seven of Wands is it's a defensive card. It's got a lot of defensive energy on it, and whether that's in the positive or negative is really depending on who's watching and what the situation is. Sometimes this can represent being too defensive, too closed off or guarded about something. It can also represent standing up for something, standing up for yourself or someone else, something that you believe very strongly in or you have a lot invested in, which is what this man is doing. He's standing in front of the door to his home, his castle, his keep, whatever it is that he feels very strongly about or feels a sense of ownership in because of how much he has invested in it, something that you feel very strongly about that you're defending, you're standing up for in relation to yourself, home, family, or someone else as well. It can represent being too defensive too. And again, I'm getting that someone out there, a group of people out there, there's issues with a young person or a teenager. And it's all about kind of staying stable and grounded. Some of you, I'm also getting this as finances too. And again, we're in the holiday season. It's gotten quite commercial. There's a lot of expectations that people feel or that are placed on people to kind of spend, and gift giving and all of that stuff. Again, fundamentally, remember what this holiday season is really supposed to be about for you. It could be kind of a tendency to maybe overspend, spend more than we have, or go into debt during the holiday season in the spirit of gift giving, but it's attached to obligation or duty. So try to kind of temper that energy, or not even. The general sense I'm getting here is watch your overindulging in whatever area that may be a challenge for you. Because the King of Pentacles is all about stability, being rooted and grounded. Kings and queens usually represent individuals who have reached the mastery of their suit, meaning they've matured and grown and evolved beyond the immature young energy of the page, that spontaneous, impulsive energy of the night. They've reached a place where they've learned their lessons. They're balanced and grounded in the inherent traits and talents of the energy of their suit. This is earth energy with pentacles. This is often energy that manifests in tangible ways we can see and touch and feel, or practical ways like things around money, finances, property, real estate, job. The King of Pentacles is probably financially comfortable, if not well off, because he knows how to navigate that world, and he's worked really hard and long. Something just popped up on my screen. I just had this happen again. I don't know. Sorry about that. Had to get rid of it. There's it goes again. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. Anyway, he's very good at navigating the day-to-day concrete world he lives in, particularly things like money, finance, property, etc. On just an energetic, emotional personality level, this is somebody who's quite solid, stable, grounded, reliable, generous, likes the good things in life, likes to provide the good things in life, feels like everyone ought to have the same opportunities he's had. He's worked hard to build up the foundation that's underneath him. It can represent a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising. For some of you, this is going to represent you during the month of December in a situation where you're in a conflict, particularly with someone else, whether that's an adult or a child. It's about kind of staying grounded, staying firm, or even in a work situation, standing up for what you believe and what you know to be right, setting your boundaries, maintaining them. Some of you, it's going to be advice to maybe not be so aggressive and defensive, particularly if it's about, you're falling into or you're having a hard time getting a handle on bad behaviors or patterns or overindulgences or addictions, staying grounded and focused on that. For some of you, this may represent another earth sign individual, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, that's somehow significant over the month of December in this. It could be that someone that you're in conflict with, yeah, it's primarily about being kind of grounded, centered, staying balanced and not allowing yourself to be swayed one way or the other, regardless of how this manifests in your life. I thought I had something else coming in there, but I either lost it or it didn't come through all the way. It feels like there is a situation, whether that's with another person or a situation of some kind, that there needs to be some firm boundaries set and maintained. Something needs to come to an end here. I am kind of getting that. I feel like there's a group of you out there that something is coming to an end in your life, and you're wrapping up something in your life, but you may not be, you're kind of keeping it to yourself. Again, whether that's in your relationship sector or your maybe work, career path, finance sector, I'm not really sure. I'm kind of getting a mix of energies, but nothing specific. Something coming to an end, but you're keeping it to yourself, or the advice is for you to kind of keep it more to yourself, which is interesting. I felt something very similar to this in a reading for last month, but I'm not sure who it was. This could be a continuation of that. Because we have the World and the Seven of Swords. So when you have two sevens in this reading, two sevens being the number of reflection and assessment and motives as well. The Seven of Swords is sometimes called the Thief card because it can represent deceptiveness, lies, slipperiness, theft, but it can also represent, it can represent things appearing to be one way, but in reality are something else, deception. It can also represent needing to kind of be off the grid about what you're doing or how you're doing things, or needing to kind of, I don't want to say sneaky, but keeping things kind of undercover for a bit, particularly plans. I am getting that for someone as well. And it's under the World card. The World is a major arcana card. It's a card of a big ending, something really coming to a completion, culmination, achievement energy. It's the last card in the tarot. We begin with the Fool, which you also have here. The Fool is the 0. The tarot starts with the Fool, and it's the rest of the tarot is, it's all about the Fool's journey, i.e. our journey through life, all the lessons we learn, how we grow and change and evolve, and we end at the World, being on top of the world, kind of that completion, reaching the top of the mountain kind of energy, a beautiful, lovely way, embracing everything we've gone through, what we've done, what we've accomplished, all the things we learned, both through triumph and success and failure and defeat, and trial and error as well, and considering the potential and possibility of where we're going to go from here on out. But it is a card of completion, of something coming to an end in a really significant way, or a really significant part of our life, or a chapter of our life is wrapping up, is coming to an end. And paired with the Seven of Swords, something may be coming to an end. It could be, a chapter in your life, something that you're involved in doing. It could be in work. It could be in relationship. And you're keeping it to yourself, or you're wanting to keep it to yourself. I'm getting for some of you, it's a couple. Something's changing for you, but you're keeping it quiet somehow. Interesting. The energy's not coming through as clearly as it usually is. There's a lot of different things going on here too. For some of you, there's some kind of conflict or drama that is coming to an end, or that needs to come to an end. And for those of you for whom that resonates, you are being asked to play a primary role in this, in terms of setting some kind of very strong boundaries and standing by that. I'm getting that as well. It could be in relation to a child or a young person in your life, a teenager or a young adult, one of your children or child. For some of you who are having difficulty struggling with excess indulgent addictions, again, that is coming to an end, needing to come to an end. And again, the holiday season can be a difficult time for that, but that's what's showing up. And others of you, if you're making plans to wrap things up, it looks like you're either keeping it more or less undercover, keeping kind of mum about it, or it's a good idea for you to do that. But something is coming to an end and needs to, and it needs to. It's heading that way, and it needs to. At or towards the end of December 2017, we have a great combination of cards. We have the Ten of Wands and the Fool, my favorite card in the deck, the Fool. The Ten of Wands, tens represent cycles ending, coming to an end. It's sitting right next to the World card, major ending. The Ten of Wands is about a burden coming to an end, or needing to come to an end, but it's being pretty much at the close, and it's been kind of heavy. This could be an actual burden in the form of a relationship, a person, a situation, a project, a job, a career path, something that you're involved in. You can see this man's head is up. He's looking at his destination. He's just about there. He's almost at the end where he can lay this burden down and stand up and take a deep breath. It could just be something that you've been involved in, you've been working very hard in, and it's become such a burden, because this card can represent really feeling overburdened, worn out, exhausted, and it coming to an end, needing something is coming to an end, but it needs to. This ending is part of what's needing to happen in your path. Whether it's something that you're involved in with another person, because I'm getting a lifestyle or a way of behaving or a way of living, whether it's you personally or someone that you're very attached to, like a child or even a partner that's just acting irresponsibly. There's something about unhealthy lifestyles in there as well that's coming to an end, needs to come to an end. Maybe some of you are actually going into rehab at the end of the month. The end of December is also, New Year's. A lot of people make resolutions to put things to rest and set resolutions and start new projects or new, a new way of living, or new habits, or new, healthier. So it could be that as well. It's paired with the Fool, which I love. I love the Fool. The Fool is all about new beginnings, but it's about ending. It's about new beginnings as well. And paired with the Ten of Wands, it's perfect. The Fool is actually about that space in between something coming to an end and something new beginning, because it's about that time frame in between, which is so small, but yet so infinite potential possibility. Something is cycling down. Something is coming to an end, regardless of how it's manifesting in your particular life. It's coming to an end, and the possibilities and potentials. Where are we going out now? Where are we going from here? What's life going to be like from here? And the Fool is also here to remind us that it's always wise and good to set goals and destinations and to work towards those. But the Fool is here to remind us that it's about the journey too. It's about each step of the journey, the joys, the sorrows, the lessons we learn, trial and error. It can be about taking risks too, stepping off the well-trodden path, doing things you haven't done before, in order to achieve something you haven't achieved before, haven't gotten before. It can go a little too far. I mean, in the reverse, or the Fool can be, I don't always like to see the Devil, the Page of Wands, and the Fool all in a reading together, because they represent a lot of young energy that can be immature, irresponsible, over the top, overindulgence, and excess energy as well. So really be kind of vigilant about that over the month of December too. It looks like as the year ends, which seems very perfect, something pretty significant is coming to an end and needs to, and you're considering potential and possibility of moving forward, or perhaps you already know what you're moving forward into. It feels very exciting and very new and very fresh as well. and it has kind of a bit of the unknown about it too. Really lovely, beautiful energy at the end there. I love that. There's a lot of kind of up and down energy, so it'll be interesting to see how this plays out and what the feedback is. Some of it feels a bit cloudy still to me, so hopefully this came out in a way that helps and resonates with someone. Your overall energy, your crowning card from the bottom of the deck is the Magician, another major arcana card. I love this card. For those of you who feel like something is out of control or that you don't have control over something, a situation yourself, this is a card that says that you do. And it's a card of really of independence. The Magician is a pretty independent, go his own way sort of person. In fact, if the magician has a challenge, it's sometimes in working with other people or compromising with other people because he has his own way of doing things. He likes to walk his own path and do his own thing his own way, and that's the best way there is to do it. But it's because of what's behind him, the road that he's walked that's behind him. He's worked long and hard to get to a place in his career. He's learned through trial and error, lots of practice of creating, manifesting, learning how to do that. And he's now reached a point in his life where he has all the tools he needs, all the wisdom, the knowledge, the experience. He can build, create, manifest whatever he needs. It's a very powerful card, a somewhat independent card. Again, some of you are, and almost, I keep getting that for some group of you, you're like secretly wrapping up something significant in your life and you're getting ready to do something new. You're just not telling anybody about it right now, or you're telling very few people about it. So that'll be really interesting to see what that's about in terms of feedback. For others of you that doubt whether that you have the strength or the tools or the capability to maintain something or forge ahead with something, either with yourself or in relation to another person, you do. Some of you, something is coming to an end and it may be in connection with other person. You may just decide to go your own way because you can no longer kind of deal with this unhealthy, unbalanced energy that shows more manifesting at the end of November, beginning of December, and that whole transition kind of coming to that awareness is kind of what you're going through December, and you're starting off on a new path. You're forging your own path, your own way at the end of the month. Some of you, you're having to put your foot down with someone significant in your life, whether it's a partner or a young person, child somehow. Yeah, interesting kind of mix of stories. So I'm going to end it there. Hopefully it hasn't confused you too much, Virgo. I hope I just didn't say Gemini. I sometimes do that when I've finished a reading and go into another one. So this is for Virgo. So Virgo, that pretty much wraps up your December 2017 reading. I hope you have enjoyed it. I hope that it at least came out clear and helpful to those of you who needed to hear it. I will be back again in a couple of weeks to do the December 2017 mid-month readings. And again, if any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me, go to my YouTube channel's homepage, click on that About button for more information on my contact details, or you can also find my contact details on the description bar that's attached to every video that I put out. You can email me directly at Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I would be delighted to work with you. We can set something up for you as quickly as possible. And for those more immediate, quick answers to quick questions, just short little reads, you can also find me on the Instantgo app on your smartphone for quick answers to quick questions. If you need to make a fast decision or you want to look at a situation, project, job offer, person, you can find me there pretty quickly. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you again in a couple of weeks. Until then, as always, Virgo, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life, and I hope to see you back here again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.